All right, hello, good afternoon. We are back for another live stream. We are going to be drawing in Procreate again. Um, so the last couple drawings I've done, last one I did was a dog. The one before that was Yoshi, and then I think one of the first Procreate drawings I've done on here was Tom Nook, as you can see right here. So I kind of want to stick to this kind of cartoon or like video game character kind of thing. So I would like to draw Mickey Mouse today. And I had that idea because I threw on this shirt today and it has a bunch of Disney snacks that you can get at the theme parks, and I'm missing Disney right now, so I think that Mickey would be kind of fun to draw, and also he's easy to draw because he is mainly circles, kind of like how we drew Yoshi, just the circles are going to be in different spots. They both kind of have like same shoes, which is, I'm looking at it now and they're actually really similar. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We are going to make it a square. That's just my personal preference. I like drawing with the squares. I think that's what I like to do the best. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Just kind of like that. All right, and this is going to be our inspo. I was looking through all the different Mickeys that I could draw inspiration from. I kind of like the pie-eyed Mickey. I was doing a little research, and he had the pie eyes, which kind of, it's like a circle, and there's like a little triangle indent in it to kind of mimic the highlight of his eye and kind of show where he's looking. And I was doing research. I'm like, when did that go away? When did they start drawing him with, the more traditional eyes where it's like circle, and whatever. Just mainly the circles. And apparently that happened in 1940 when Fantasia came out. So I thought that was an interesting tidbit. So we're going to do the pie-eyed because I think he looks cute like that. So, oh no, where'd my inspo go? I always do this. This one and that one. Cool. Oh, and you can see I was looking at Fantasia up here. All right. Gotta zoom in a bit. All right, so hopefully you can see this okay. Like so. Okay, so I got my Apple Pencil here. My iPad is right in front of me. And we're gonna do a sketch, like we always do. I'm gonna go for a nice light gray. Going to go to sketching, 6B pencil. And here we go. We're going to draw his head first. Okay. And kind of like his cheek right here. A nice ear right there. Probably drew that too big. Oh my god, I drew it really big. That's a huge ear. Okay, we'll fix that. His head isn't really like a circle, it's kind of like a weird oval. It's got his little mouth, but there's a nose. And this right now is just a rough sketch, we'll come back in and refine everything. Hey Rob, thanks for tuning in. And then this ear is kind of like an oval. I'm just going to bring this down a bit. And then the other thing I can do with Procreate is go to this S over here. Why is that happening? S, and I can just kind of select it and just change the size up. So if I'm like, oh, I drew that too big, I can just select it. Kind of want to move it over like that. I'll start drawing the white around his mouth. And even so this is a decal sticker. So I realized that he doesn't have the pie eye, so we're just going to add that in. We're just going to add like a little triangle thing. So basically, for example, right, and then we'll just fill it in like that, so you get the pie eye effect. I like that it's called that, pie eye. I think it's cute. And I miss Disney. I went to Animal Kingdom back in October. Oh, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. On that trip, I mostly went to Universal and Harry Potter World, so next time I go, I definitely want to go to like see Toy Story Land and what's the Star Wars one? Galaxy's Edge. I want to go. A cute little smile like that. And this doesn't have to be exactly like the drawing that we're looking at. We can kind of make it our own. And also I'm going to be coloring it differently. I'm going to be doing like the flat shapes and flat design that I've been doing recently. I like that look. Alright, his mouth. Just filling his other eye right here. Okay, it's just so we can kind of see everything. Take a second, look at it. Think, okay, it's pretty good. It's always good to step back and look at your work. Okay, just kind of color that in. And now he's kind of in this funky stance. So he's kind of got like an arm, kind of like his arms are like behind his back. His pants are like right here. Fun fact, I've never drawn Mickey before. Like this. I mean, I'm sure I've drawn like the 3 circles, you know, his head and his ears, like kind of just like a little icon. It's so crazy how 3 circles have become so iconic. You know, they're so Mickey. That's awesome. Okay, that. Drew like his mouth. I'm wondering if I made his head too big in comparison to his body, but we can always fix that. Okay, we'll just kind of Alright, I'm going to make him a little smaller because we need room for his legs. I'm just looking at it. It's definitely a little bit off. That's okay. I'm just erasing some of my crazy sketching lines. When I sketch, I just kind of go over my lines. And that's just me, so I'm not saying that that's what you have to do or anything like that. That's just kind of how I get my shapes going. So I'm looking at this negative space in between his arm and that curve of his body. And I'm just kind of looking at it just to kind of get the shape right. So I see it's kind of curved here, and then that's where his elbow kind of is. So that's a good rule of thumb, is to kind of get this shape kind of perfect. You know, I just shaded it in just so you can see it. Okay. La, 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 la. Again, I'm looking. Okay. So on my screen here, I have my reference, and I'm seeing exactly what you guys are seeing on the live stream. So that's why I'm like looking at all 3 of my screens. Okay. All right, let's just draw his leg because it's kind of sticking out here. We want to make sure we get those proportions. He's doing a cute little stance. his shoe. Make him a little bit smaller. Alright, that looks good for the first attempt. His leg is definitely a little bit more curved. I think I made it too long. So we're gonna select all of it, and I'm gonna make it a little smaller. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate it slightly like that. Alright, that looks more like the picture. Okay. This is one leg. And it looks like maybe I made it too small because it looks like they both meet. So I'm just trying to look and see what I'm doing here. A little bit shorter. This kind of meets here, and then this one kind of ends there, right? Again, you always want to look at the relationship between the things that you're drawing, because that'll really help you determine where your elements are. Now his other leg. Trying to see where it should meet up. It's kind of like here. So this part of his shoe, I don't even know what you would call that. His shoes are kind of silly. Kind of silly looking. Okay. I don't know why I drew him so much darker on the bottom. Like I didn't even fill in his ears or anything. I mean, we don't have to. It's just, I'm just kind of filling things in just to kind of make, you know, show my points and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, okay. All right, so I'm just going over my sketch lines, kind of seeing where okay, that looks pretty good. The last thing I forgot was his tail. So I'm gonna draw it. Where should I draw it? Let me see. It's coming from here. Maybe I want it to be like that, or that might be kind of cute. Something like that. I see it's coming down past his leg, but I kind of want to do something a little bit different. So maybe we'll just, I don't know, do something like that. Looks a little bit more, maybe it kind of looks like he's walking a little bit more. Cool. Let's lower the opacity. We're going to make it multiply. Then we're going to make a new layer and put that new layer underneath. The other thing I want to do, because Mickey has like a white face, I want to make the background a different color because we're going to be working with white, and white against white obviously won't show up. So I'm just going to make it a gray, and we're going to change that later. So I'm going to do his face shape in black, and then I'm going to color the white parts on top. So I know maybe that doesn't make sense, but I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to take like a dark gray because I think I'll want to do some shadows in like pure black. So we're going to do dark gray. I might change that later, but we'll see. And where's my reference. Ooh, that actually might be cool if we colored it in pencil. I don't think we'll do that. We're going to switch to an inking pen. Studio pen is my favorite. A fun trick about Procreate is you can draw your circle and hold it, and it'll create like a perfect circle or perfect ellipse, one that doesn't have like weird inconsistencies in it. So that's what it would be like without it, without the kind of like perfect circle feature. But if I just kind of hold it, it kind of just smooths it all out. And I like that, so I'm going to fill it in. We're going to do the same thing over here. Fill it in. Do that. Do that. And you can do the same thing with any line, and it'll just like smooth it out, which I think is really cool. So I know this looks weird right now, but you'll see what I mean in just a second. I'm just going to do that. Fill it in. Okay? So next, you see how we still have our sketch visible? That's because it's on top and it's on multiply. If it was on normal, you won't see it. Or actually, it kind of looks weird. That looks really strange. I see, because it's gray, so it still shows up, but I just like multiply. It's just how I roll. So next, we're going to draw on this layer. So we're going to take 2 fingers and swipe to the right, and you can see the layer makes this kind of checkerboard pattern in the back. So that means we can draw on it without going outside of those lines. And that's where we're going to fill in this part. Like so. Okay, and if we turn off our, okay, sometimes that happens when you draw the line, then for some reason it doesn't like fill it in all the way. So we can just go back in and just kind of fix that. Okay, so if you hide our sketch, that's kind of what it looks like. And what I may even want to do is just bring this up a little bit higher. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring our sketch back. I'm going to want to make a new layer for his eyes. Make them black. And let's just draw an ellipse. Okay. And then we'll take an eraser and make it smaller. We will remove a slice of his eye to make that highlight effect, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to make this a little bit past me. I'm gonna swipe to the right on this and duplicate. So there's our second eye, and it duplicates it right on top. So I'm just gonna bring it over, a little smaller. Make sure we're on uniform. Like that. And now we want to kind of remove part of it because we're going to be making the line for where his snout is. The other thing we want to do Because I can see now that his eye is kind of like outlining this white part. So I just want to stay true to that and kind of just erase part of it so it matches the head. Make a new layer. So I'm gonna make his nose. Is his nose too big? Maybe. Like that. Yay! You want to see? Come here. Come here. Want to see what I'm drawing? Okay. Trying to think through this. So, before I draw his mouth, I'm gonna draw his arm and like his like torso part. So I'm gonna make a new layer, and this is important. I want this layer to be underneath. Okay, we're gonna get the same kind of grayish color, and we are going to draw his arm. Make that too small. Okay. And following our sketch, it's kind of got like a little muscle here, so make sure we kind of round that out. Why is it not filling in? There we go. And as you can see, we're drawing underneath, so it's working out perfectly. See if I can. Okay, yeah, so we were getting that weird outline because we have this color drop threshold. So as you can see, I have my Apple Pencil pressing right on my drawing. And I don't know if you can see it that well. You can see it. Okay, so see those lines? So our color drop threshold is at 0.0. And you just want to drag your pencil like literally horizontally from left to right. And if you go all the way to 100%, it kind of ignores your outline and it fills everything in on that layer. So we just want to be a little bit more in the middle. It really just depends on like what color your outline is and a bunch of different other factors that Procreate has. So that's a quick tip. I hope that made sense. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna go back to his face. I just wanted to have that black torso, like the dark torso up on the layer there because I just wanted to kind of see. I'm not making any sense. It's Monday. Okay, we're gonna go back to this layer. Whatever layer you're on, whenever you make a new layer, it's gonna go right above the layer that you have selected. Okay, so I'm going to use that layer. I'm gonna outline his mouth. That's too thick. Let me make sure my streamline is up. Okay, there we go. Okay, this I need to kind of twist for. That was pretty good. I like this idea with the flat design is I don't want to outline everything. So as you can see, I stopped that line right here because I want the white to be the outline. I don't want to do this. That's just the style that I'm going for. That's not to say that outlining anything is bad. It's just the style that I'm doing right now. So we're going to go back to that layer. I'm going to put back my sketch. And finish it off. I realized I kind of made it too like that. And now I'm gonna erase this weird line that I just drew. Okay. Now I don't know if I want to have that line there. Alright, now we're going to draw his pants. So I'm going to think about which layer I want this to be on. So I want it to be, I guess it doesn't really matter. Just put it right there. And they're red, right? He has red pants. Yeah. Just double check. So we're going to pick a nice red. Yeah, that's good. Accidentally made a little dot right there. So. Okay. And for the details of his pants, I'm going to use a darker red. So I'm going to do that after I... Why am I doing it like that? After I just outline this. Okay. Alright. Let's fill it in. Now let's get a darker red. And let's do the same thing where we kind of two-finger swipe to the right. And I'm going to on this part so it looks like the inside. Oh, I realized I'm kind of cutting him off, sorry. Okay. Going to do a line like that, a line like that, and a small line right here. And then are his buttons on his pants white or black? I think they're white. Yeah, they're white. Hi, Maple. Hi, buddy. I think they're white, so make a new layer. This will be easy. Just take a white color and like that. Well, let's make it, let's hold it so it makes a nice oval, like so. And you can duplicate that if you want to, or you can just make another one. I chose to just make a new one right next to it, like that. Alright, we just got a couple more features left to do, and then I want to do a little bit of shading. So, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make this leg that's sticking out, I'm gonna make that on top of the pants layer. I'm gonna go back to that dark gray color because it needs to be like here. It needs to be going in the leg of his pants. I can go in here and clean it up a little bit. Like so. That's actually pretty good. Okay. And now for his other leg, we want it underneath the pants. So that way we're drawing and it's going underneath. I think someone's like mowing their lawn, so if you can hear that, I apologize. They're mowing their lawn or cutting something, I don't know. No! Let's connect that, and then that should work. Yep. Oh, I see. There's a... Hang on. Alright, there's a little white dot here that I somehow drew on this layer. I'm just gonna get rid of. Okay. Cool. Yay! Okay, now it's just his shoes, boots, sneakers, I don't know what they are. They're just yellow. Okay. Maybe I want to do something where we have like some darker yellow with the outlines and just like kind of like what we did with the pants. Let's start with the easier one first. So we're gonna make a new layer on top of that. We're going to pick a nice Mickey yellow, something like that. Something that's kind of goldeny. It'll probably look nice. Yeah. Why do I have so many layers? Okay. Remember, this is on top of this leg. I'm just gonna do that, and then... Oop. Like that. I'm gonna make our sketch layer a little bit lighter. Come back here. Now we're going to, remember, 2 fingers, swipe to the right, so it makes it transparent. Going to get a darker yellow, something like that, and then going to, oh, I think I need something darker. Yeah, maybe like a gray. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that could work. Another trick for this is I can just make like that and then just go back to this yellow and kind of erase those lines. Okay. I'll make a new layer on top of this leg, and for this one I'm just going to make this shape like that. Fill it in. We're going to take that color, do the same thing, and look at where these lines are. Like that. Last thing is his tail. And then we'll do some shading. I don't want to put his tail. I want to put it behind the, behind his pants. Okay, now we can turn off our sketch layer, and there we have a flat Mickey. Okay. So let's do some shading. Ooh, you know what? I realized I should have made this part of his mouth pink instead of black. Right? Isn't it pink on the inside? Yeah, it's like a pink. Should I do that? Maybe we'll do that after. Alright. So what do I want to do here? Alright, there's a couple things that I can do. I'm gonna make... Actually, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. So we're gonna make all of this a group. And we're gonna make a new layer. And this is gonna be set to multiply. And then I want a black color, like pure black. Okay, that would work. So I want to make this a clipping mask. Can I not do it? Maybe I can't do it like that. Hold on. No. Can I not? I can't do it on a group? No, let me see. Let me undo all this. Do paint stroke, opacity, blend mode, new layer, collapse layer group, undo that, undo. Oh yeah, so I can't do a clipping mask on a group. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's do something else. So we have his head here, and we're going to make a new layer and make that a clipping mask and set this to multiply. Again, whoever is mowing their lawn is extremely loud, so I apologize. And then this is how we're gonna kind of get some shadow going on. Oh, that's his face. So like here. Just a little bit. Doesn't have to be too crazy. Then we're gonna do the same thing. Clipping mask, make a multiply, and we're going to kind of shadow him on a little bit, like that. And this you can always lower it if it's like, oh, it's too strong. That's totally fine. I'm gonna reduce it a little bit. Go to his pants. Clipping mask. And multiply. And we're gonna go for that darker red. Again, it's like too much, so. Like that. If you wanted to do like some creasing, like maybe this, you know, like if you're drawing jeans or just like loose pants, you can always make those creases that way with like a nice multiply effect, you know. And now for his shoes. The shoes on this layer, so we're going to do a clipping mask, multiply like that. I'm gonna get kind of like a darkish yellow like that. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I like that. So let's see what it looks like when we do the bottom of his shoe. Like so. And then this other one, clipping mask, multiply. Oh, what was the other one on? It was on 47. We'll make this one on 47 too. Make sure you're on the right layer. Oh no, wait a second. This one has to be on 47. What did I just make on 47? I think it's fine. I think I made the wrong layer, the wrong opacity, but it's okay. Alright, maybe we want to make like the bottom part of his shoe like that. So it looks like it's in the shadow here. Like that. Maybe you want to erase some of it, you know. Yeah. Another thing that I forgot to do is I want to make a new clipping mask, and I want to just do a very light gray. Multiply. Okay. And I want to do this face here. Let's make it much lower. Right, maybe something like that. I'm just experimenting right now, kind of seeing like what works and what doesn't. Alright, I think he's almost done. Do we want to add some highlights to him? We'll kind of do the same effect, except instead of a multiply layer, what is it, layer mode, we want to do something like lighten or screen. So let's do his pants and his shoes, because I think that's what would get the most kind of like reflection. So new clipping mask. This one is going to be lighten instead. And let me see what's going to happen here. Okay. We want like a lower opacity. Yeah, something like that. You know, just something a little bit, give some interest. Maybe this is like highlighted a little bit. Nah. Now we're gonna go to his shoes. The clipping mask, lower it. We're gonna make it lighten, and we're gonna pick a nice light yellow. It's too low in opacity. Something like that. No, I think it needs to be more. Maybe like a white. Maybe look at that. It's weird. I don't know why it looks pink. It's so strange. Let's make it white. Maybe let's try screen. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Usually screen or lighten works good for this effect. Maybe we want to make it more like a little cute shine like that. Right? Something like that. Ooh, it's cute. So for this, I just do like little rounded ovals or circles to kind of add that shiny effect. That was a mistake. New layer. We'll make this screen. We have our white. And to make it lower in opacity, and do something like that. Cool. Oh, not on the right layer. So there we go. We have Mickey, and he's kind of like a cute flat design. No harsh outlines. That's just kind of like what I like to draw, how I like to draw things in Procreate especially. Line work is really fun to do in Procreate too, with the Apple Pencil, because you get like thin and thick strokes depending on how hard or how light you press on your iPad. So that's another really fun way to draw Mickey, or anything cartoony with outlines. So this was just my take on a Mickey drawing in Procreate. I hope you liked it. I hope you try it out. If you do, please let me know. Send us, tag us the Digital Arts Experience on like Instagram or anything like that, on Facebook. But yeah, so that concludes this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to go to thedie.com, where we have our full listings of what we're doing this week, which involves a lot of coding classes, Minecraft hangouts for kids, private lessons for kids and adults, private group classes that we'll help arrange for you, and all kinds of fun stuff. So I hope you join us, and with that being said, I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much.